Tucked between the Caspian Sea and the towering Caucasus Mountains lies a land where ancient heritage and modern vision meet. This is Azerbaijan, a country of contrasts, where burning hills whisper legends and futuristic skylines rise beside stone-built villages. Once a vital stop along the ancient Silk Road, Azerbaijan has long welcomed travelers, merchants, and storytellers. Its landscapes shift dramatically from the lush green forests of the north to the arid, flame-colored plains of the south. And in between, you'll find a nation alive with color, rhythm, and history. Azerbaijan's soul lives in its traditions. Tea served with sugar cubes and jam. Carpets woven by hand. Music played on instruments passed down through generations. Yet its cities buzz with innovation and culture, offering a glimpse of what tomorrow might look like. This is a land where fire springs from the earth, where fortresses tell tales of empires, and where every corner holds a piece of a much larger story. Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, rises from the shores of the Caspian Sea like a city between worlds. It is a place where ancient sandstone walls meet sleek towers of glass. The city's heartbeat pulses through every street, blending east and west, past and future. At its core lies the Old City, or Shahdag, enclosed by centuries-old walls. Inside, time slows. Narrow alleys twist past caravanserais, hidden courtyards, and stone houses that have stood for generations. The Maiden Tower, standing tall above the city, keeps watch like a silent storyteller. Beyond the walls, modern Baku unfolds in bold shapes and flowing lines. The flame towers flicker like fire above the skyline, a tribute to the land's eternal connection with flame. Nearby, the Haydar Aliyev Center stretches in sweeping curves, an architectural masterpiece that feels alive in its motion. Baku's boulevard hugs the sea, offering calm views and cool breezes. Rising high above Baku, the flame towers are the city's most iconic modern symbol. Shaped like flickering tongues of fire, their glass surfaces catch the light by day and glow with moving flames by night. They are a tribute to the ancient bond between Azerbaijan and fire, a land once worshipped for its eternal flames. The towers stand on a hill overlooking the city and the Caspian Sea. From here, The view stretches far, blending history and future into one sweeping panorama. The flame towers are not just buildings. They are a statement, a bold reflection of the country's energy, progress, and pride. Each tower serves a different purpose. One houses luxury apartments. Another is home to a hotel. The third holds business offices. But together, they create a single silhouette that defines the modern spirit of Baku. At night, light shows dance across the towers. In the heart of Baku's old city, the Maiden Tower rises with quiet strength. Its curved stone walls have stood for centuries, guarding secrets, legends, and the soul of a city. No one knows exactly when it was built. Some say it was a fortress. Others believe it held sacred fire. And many tell the story of a maiden who leapt from its heights. The tower's design is unlike any other in the region. It is round and massive, with narrow stairways winding deep inside. As you climb, you feel the weight of time in every step. At the top, the view opens wide. Red-tiled rooftops, winding streets, and the shimmer of the Caspian Sea. The Maiden Tower has become more than just a monument. It is a symbol of Baku itself, mysterious, enduring, and full of character. Standing proudly near the shores of the Caspian Sea, the Bibi Heibat Mosque is both a spiritual center and a symbol of resilience. Its elegant domes and slender minarets rise against the sky, echoing the grace of Islamic architecture and the strength of Azerbaijani faith. The mosque we see today is a careful reconstruction of a sacred site destroyed in the early 20th century. Yet its roots go back much further, to a time when mystics and travelers came here seeking peace and guidance. The tomb of a revered descendant of the Prophet lies within its walls, drawing pilgrims from near and far. Inside, soft light filters through stained glass. The air carries the scent of rose oil and the hush of prayer. Ornate calligraphy wraps around the walls, reminding all who enter of the divine presence that lives in quiet beauty. Though restored, the mosque does not feel new. It feels timeless, alive with the echoes of history and devotion. High above Baku, overlooking the sea, Martyrs' Alley stands in solemn silence. Lined with rows of white headstones, each one tells the story of a life given for the nation's freedom. This is not just a memorial. It is sacred ground where history, sacrifice, and remembrance meet. The alley honors those who lost their lives during the tragic events of Black January, and later in the conflict over Nagorno-Karabakh. These were students, workers, sons, and daughters, ordinary people caught in extraordinary times. Their courage lit a path through darkness. As you walk the long avenue, a flame burns endlessly at the memorial's heart. The eternal flame glows not just for those who rest here, but for all who carry their memory. The air is still. The view stretches across Baku. And in that quiet, the weight of sacrifice is deeply felt. On the Absheron Peninsula, there is a hillside that has burned for centuries. This is Shahdag, the burning mountain. A ribbon of fire stretches along the earth, fed not by wood or flame, but by natural gas seeping through the soil. Day and night, in wind or rain, the fire never goes out. The name Shahdag means fire mountain, and it has fascinated travelers for generations. Long ago, merchants and pilgrims on the Silk Road would stop here, drawn to the mystery of flames rising from solid rock. Some believed it was sacred, others feared it, but all were captivated by its power. There is no smoke, no ashes, just pure flame licking the air. The heat is steady, the crackle is soft. And as the sun sets, the fire glows brighter, casting golden light on the faces of those who gather to watch. Shahdag is more than a natural wonder. It is part of the soul of Azerbaijan, a country often called the Land of Fire. Just outside Baku, on the windswept plains of Surakhani, stands the Ateshgah Fire Temple, an ancient sanctuary built around a flame that once rose naturally from the earth. For centuries, this was a place of worship for fire worshippers, where flame was not only light and heat, but a sacred bridge between earth and sky. The name Ateshgah means home of fire. Traders and pilgrims from Persia and India came here to pray, drawn by the eternal blaze and the silence of devotion. Inside the stone walls, the temple's courtyard holds a central altar where fire once burned without end, fed by underground gas. Surrounding the altar are small cells where monks once lived in meditation. Carvings and inscriptions in Sanskrit and Persian speak of prayers, journeys, and the deep reverence for the sacred element that shaped their faith. Though the natural flame no longer rises as it once did, the spirit of fire still lingers. Southwest of Baku, in a rugged, wind-carved landscape, lies Gobustan National Park, a place where time is written in stone. Scattered across the rocky hillsides are ancient petroglyphs, etched by early humans who lived here tens of thousands of years ago. These are not just drawings. They are messages from the distant past. Figures of hunters, dancers, animals, and mysterious symbols stretch across cave walls and boulders. They tell stories of survival, ritual, dancing, and rock, and life along the shores of an ancient sea. Each carving speaks of a world long gone, yet still alive in these silent rocks. Gobustan is more than its art. It is a land shaped by powerful forces. Mud volcanoes bubble and hiss from deep within the earth, forming strange and otherworldly shapes. The ground itself seems to breathe. It is one of the few places on Earth where nature and prehistory meet so closely. Walking through Gobustan feels like walking through the memory of the planet. In the heart of Azerbaijan's raw and shifting landscapes, strange forms rise from the earth, quiet, bubbling, and alive. These are the mud volcanoes, natural wonders found in greater numbers here than anywhere else on Earth. Over half of the planet's mud volcanoes are found in this land alone. They do not erupt with fire, but with thick, cold mud and gas. Some are small, no taller than a person. Others stretch into wide, cracked domes. The air smells of minerals and methane. The surface trembles softly. And from deep below, the earth pushes up ancient secrets in the form of dark, churning clay. The mud carries traces of the planet's inner history, layers formed over millions of years. Scientists study it. Travelers marvel at it. Children laugh as the mud bubbles and pops like a living creature. Tucked within the green hills of northern Azerbaijan lies the town of Sheki, home to one of the country's finest treasures, Sheki Khan's palace. Built in the late 18th century, this small yet magnificent palace is a masterpiece of craftsmanship, where every wall, window, and ceiling tells a story of beauty and power. The palace served as the summer residence of the Sheki Khans, local rulers who governed this mountain region with pride and culture. From the outside, it appears modest, but step inside and the world changes. Light pours through stained glass mosaics, known as Shamakhi, casting patterns of many pieces of wood and colored glass, locked together like a puzzle. Frescoes bloom with flowers, hunting scenes, and delicate arabesques. Ceilings rise in geometric splendor. Every surface is touched by the hands of artisans who worked in silence, with patience and vision. Hidden within the lush forests of the Greater Caucasus, the Aforja waterfall flows like a silver ribbon from the cliffs above. It is one of Azerbaijan's highest waterfalls, dropping from a great height into a green, mist-filled valley. The sound is steady, powerful, and pure, nature speaking in a single, endless breath. The waterfall is named after the nearby village of Aforja, where life moves at the rhythm of the land. Reaching it means journeying through winding mountain roads, past deep ravines and ancient trees. But the reward is a moment of silence and awe in front of this towering veil of water. Moss-covered rocks surround the base, and the air is cool and fresh. On sunny days, the light catches the spray, creating tiny rainbows that dance and vanish in the mist. The cliffs are tall, proud, and weathered by time. It feels like stepping into a forgotten world, untouched and untamed. Winding through the dramatic peaks of northern Azerbaijan, the Guba-Khinalig road is more than a route. It is a journey through time, altitude, and wonder. From the low valleys of Guba to the remote mountain village of Khinalig, this road climbs through one of the most breathtaking landscapes in the Caucasus. The path carves along steep cliffs, with deep gorges on one side and towering ridges on the other. As you ascend, the scenery shifts. Dense forests give way to wide, open plateaus where the sky feels closer and the air turns crisp. Along the way, sheep graze, rivers rush below, and the land tells a quiet story of endurance. This is a road of sharp turns and silent views. Fog often drifts through the mountains, wrapping the road in mystery. On clear days, the panorama stretches endlessly. Rolling hills, distant peaks, and the ancient stones of scattered villages. In the heart of modern Baku lies a city within a city, a maze of stone, shadow, and history. This is the Old City, or İçerişehir, the oldest part of the capital, and a place where time walks slowly through narrow streets and ancient walls. Encircled by thick fortifications, the Old City is a living museum. Its walls have guarded traders, poets, and kings. Inside, sandstone homes line winding alleys, their wooden balconies leaning toward each other like old friends sharing secrets. Each corner hides a detail, an engraved doorway, a quiet courtyard, a carving worn smooth by centuries of touch. The Maiden Tower stands as its most famous sentinel, watching over the city and sea. Nearby, the Palace of the Shirvanshahs rises in quiet elegance, a reminder of a dynasty that once ruled this land with wisdom and art. Life still pulses here. Locals sip tea beneath vine-covered terraces. Artisans sell carpets, ceramics, and copperwork, continuing traditions passed down through generations. Stretching along the edge of the Caspian Sea, Baku Boulevard is where the city meets the water. Known locally as the Seaside Promenade, this long, elegant walkway has been part of Baku's rhythm for over a century. It is a place of calm, light, and everyday life, where people come to breathe, stroll, and simply watch the world go by. Palm trees line the path. Fountains rise and fall with grace. Benches face the sea, where gentle waves shimmer under sun or moon. The air carries the scent of salt and blossoms, and in the evenings, the lights of the city reflect like stars scattered across the water. Along the boulevard, culture and leisure flow together. There are cafes and parks, museums and concert halls. Cyclists roll past children with balloons, Families gather near the Ferris wheel. Music drifts from street performers. Each moment here feels open, easy, and timeless. High in the Greater Caucasus, where the clouds drift low and the peaks touch the sky, rises Shahdag Mountain, one of the tallest and most majestic in Azerbaijan. Its slopes are wild, vast, and full of quiet strength. This is a land shaped by ice, wind, and time. Shahdag is not only a mountain, it is a symbol of nature's power and grace. Its summit stands tall above deep valleys and sharp ridgelines. In winter, the snow glistens like silver. In summer, the meadows bloom with alpine flowers. The air is cool and pure, carrying the scent of stone and pine. For centuries, this mountain watched over ancient trails, shepherds, and mountain tribes. Today, it welcomes a new kind of traveler, those seeking adventure, peace, or a glimpse of something greater. The Shahdag region has become a center for skiing, hiking, and exploration, blending natural beauty with quiet comfort. Here, each sunrise brings gold to the peaks. In the northern reaches of Azerbaijan, near the ancient city of Gabala, rises Shahdag Mountain, a place where mist rolls across pine-covered slopes and silence rests on the wind. Surrounded by dense forests and high ridgelines, Shahdag is both a natural retreat and a gateway to adventure. The mountain is known for its year-round beauty. In winter, soft snow covers the peaks, turning the landscape into a peaceful white world. Skiers and snowboarders glide through the fresh powder, while cable cars climb steadily through the cold mountain air. In summer, the snow melts into streams, and hiking trails open beneath a canopy of green. Shahdag offers more than just scenery. It invites stillness. The forests hum with birdsong. The air is clean and sharp. Each turn along the winding road reveals a new view, a quiet valley, a distant ridge, or a hidden waterfall. Nestled between the forested hills of Gabala, Nohur Lake rests like a mirror beneath the open sky. Its still waters reflect the surrounding mountains, trees, and clouds, creating a picture of calm that feels untouched by time. This is a place where nature slows the world down. Encircled by dense woods and soft hills, the lake is quiet, peaceful, and full of simple beauty. Birds skim across the surface. Leaves rustle gently in the breeze. And the air carries the fresh scent of pine and water. Even on warm days, the atmosphere remains cool and soothing. Local fishermen cast lines from the shore. Small boats drift slowly across the lake. Visitors walk the paths, sit in silence, or simply watch the changing colors of the light. Nohur Lake does not call for adventure. It invites reflection. Though close to the towns of the region, it feels far from noise and rush. Tucked deep within the forests of Gabala, Yedi Gozel waterfall flows with graceful strength. Its name means 7 beauties, and it lives up to that promise, cascading down the mountainside in 7 natural tiers, each one whispering its own rhythm into the trees. Reaching the waterfall means walking along a shaded path, where sunlight filters through thick leaves and the sound of rushing water grows with every step. The air cools, the forest darkens. And then, suddenly, the first tier appears, clear, powerful, and alive. Each level is a step higher into the hills. The uppermost tiers are reached by narrow trails and wooden stairs, inviting only the quiet and the curious to climb further. But even from below, the beauty is unmistakable. Water dances down mossy rock, painting the stone with motion and mist. High above the treetops of Gabala, the Tufandag suspension bridge stretches between 2 cliffs, hanging in silence over the forested valley below. Lightly swaying with the wind, it offers both a thrill and a moment of stillness, suspended between earth and sky. This is not just a crossing, it is an experience. Step by step, the path narrows and the world opens. Beneath your feet, the trees fall away. Around you, the mountains rise in quiet strength. The air is sharp and clean, carrying only the sound of birds and the soft creak of rope and wood. From the center of the bridge, the view is endless. Rolling hills stretch into the distance. The shadows of clouds pass slowly across the land. and far below, the forest whispers like waves beneath a green sea. For some, the walk is a test of courage. Deep within the mountains of western Azerbaijan, Lake Goygol rests like a jewel in a cradle of forest and stone. Its name means blue lake, and its waters live up to the name. Calm, clear, and shining with rich shades of sapphire and green. Formed centuries ago by a powerful earthquake, Goygol lies at the foot of Mount Kapaz, surrounded by towering peaks and ancient pine trees. The air here is crisp and silent. The lake's surface reflects the sky like glass, broken only by the ripple of wind or the glide of a bird. Every season brings its own beauty. In spring, wildflowers bloom along the shores. In summer, the forest hums with quiet life. Autumn paints the trees in gold and crimson. And in winter, the lake rests beneath a soft white silence. There are no boats, no noise, only the sound of nature breathing slowly. In the heart of western Azerbaijan lies Ganja, a city of deep roots and enduring pride. As one of the oldest cities in the country, Ganja carries the weight of history with quiet dignity, its streets lined with memory, poetry, and resilience. Here, ancient stone meets leafy boulevards. The city's spirit lives not only in its monuments, but in the rhythm of daily life. From traditional markets to wide public squares, Ganja feels both grand and grounded. This is the birthplace of Nizami Ganjavi, one of the greatest poets of the medieval world. His mausoleum stands tall just outside the city, a tribute to the timeless beauty of language and thought. Nearby, the Javad Khan tomb honors a local ruler who gave his life in defense of his people, a symbol of strength and sacrifice. Ganja also surprises with its creativity. One house is built entirely from glass bottles, each piece laid by hand. Parks bloom with roses, and fountains dance in the evening light. Just beyond the city of Ganja, surrounded by quiet hills and the whispers of history, stands the Nizami Mausoleum, a monument to one of the greatest voices in Persian literature. Here rests Nizami Ganjavi, the 12th century poet whose words have crossed centuries, borders, and hearts. Tall and cylindrical, the mausoleum rises like a pillar of thought, carved from dark stone and reaching into the sky. Around it, the silence is heavy with meaning. statues and gardens honor the poet's legacy, each one reflecting a different tale from his timeless verses. Nizami wrote of love, wisdom, and justice. His Khamsa, or 5 epic poems, brought together stories from across cultures, blending imagination with philosophy and beauty with truth. Though he lived in Ganja, his voice belongs to the world. The mausoleum is more than a grave. It is a place of reflection. In the ancient city of Shamakhi, where poets once walked and empires rose and fell, stands the Juma Mosque, a place of prayer, history, and quiet endurance. This is the oldest mosque in Azerbaijan, with roots reaching back over 1,000 years to the early days of Islam in the Caucasus. Through centuries of earthquakes, wars, and change, the mosque has been rebuilt, restored, and renewed, each layer of stone holding the memory of time. Yet its spirit has never faded. The wide courtyard, the tall minarets, and the grand prayer hall still echo with devotion and strength. Inside, the architecture is simple yet powerful. Light streams through high windows, casting soft shadows on the stone floor. The walls are quiet, the air is still, and the rhythm of faith continues, unchanged by the passing of centuries. Rising from the highlands of Shusha with grace and solemn strength, Gaziantep's Cathedral stands as one of the most prominent symbols of Armenian Christian heritage in the Caucasus. Also known as the Cathedral of Christ the Holy Savior, its white stone walls and tall bell tower echo through a city shaped by deep history and shifting tides. Built in the late 19th century, the cathedral was crafted with care and reverence. Its design blends local traditions with classical forms, creating a structure that is both simple and majestic. Inside, the high ceilings lift the eye and spirit, while light flows gently through arched windows. Over time, the cathedral has witnessed peace and war, silence and song. It has served as a place of worship, a symbol of cultural identity, and at times, even as a shelter in conflict. Its walls bear the weight of memory, resilience, and sacred purpose.